Welcome back to my beautiful prehistoric planet. This is a new DLC that they released for Oxygen Not Included. Now, I hadn't played this game in a long time. And I am also not particularly good at it, so take everything that I do with a grain of salt. But I've been enjoying it so far. We have some dinosaur friends. Look at that. There's a little Rex over here. Where's my lump? Oh, there he is. I need to start breeding these guys. Yeah, we need to breed these guys, because as far as I can tell, my planet doesn't have any coal. There's no coal in my planet. And these guys, they drop a new resource when you grow them. Yeah, they excrete peat. So I can burn it. And then I think, oh, we may be able to get coal out of it? I'm not sure. Anyways, I have a lot of peat. The problem with peat is that when you burn it in a new structure... Let me show you real quick. There's this new thing that I got under the power tab over here. Yeah, a peat burner. It produces a small amount of carbon dioxide and polluted water. Now, the carbon dioxide is not a problem. The polluted water, however, I thought I might be able to pump away. It turns out you can't pump it away. It will just drop to the floor. So, what I'm currently trying to do is... So, I'm planning on putting up my peat burners over here. This is a mesh tile, so the polluted water will fall to the ground. And I'm trying to pump the dirty water. If I can show you my plumbing tap over here. I'm trying to pump the dirty water up there. And I'm trying to make a really large pit over here. Now, the problem is this room is going to be super hot. So I'm trying to put up some insulated tiles over here and create a giant piss pit. A lot of people have been very excited for my piss pit. I'm, first off, very glad to see so much hype for my beautiful pit. But secondly, it's also become a necessary part of my playthrough. So we're going to try and run this all quite well. Yeah, I don't want it boiling. No, I don't want it boiling. I am pretty terrible at the game, though, so you'll probably see me make many mistakes. Like, for example, the fact that I can't currently harvest water. That seems to be an issue. We may have to do some sort of water cleaning solution. I don't really know exactly how to properly do that. I remember back in the day, I made this, like, beautiful chlorine room that I copied from a YouTube video. But it honestly seemed overkill at the time. Maybe I'm gonna regret saying this, but I think I can do something simpler. Feel free, by the way, to tell me that I can't do something simpler, because I might be making a mistake here by thinking that I can. We fix it when it's broke? Well, I'm a little concerned everybody's gonna be sick if I end up fixing it when it breaks. Anyway, I want to make sure that we do some new research as well, because I really need to get my animal farming going. Dude, I watched some YouTube videos of, like, people that played this game back in the day. And everybody that uploads videos on Oxygen Not Included on YouTube is a freaking god at this game. I am not. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a little afraid that somebody is gonna, like, Google... Or like search on YouTube a bunch of random results and I just include the name of the DLC and my channel just pops up on top and they're like, oh, this guy probably knows what he's... No! I have no idea what I'm doing. We want to do ranching. Yes, this is what we need. It's like my Factorio playthrough. Yeah, dude. People land on my Factorio playthrough sometimes on the More Loco channel. And they believe that because I'm uploading videos of myself playing Factorio, I must therefore be good at the game. Because everybody that uploads Factorio videos on YouTube is good at the game. Not me. I'm garbage. At any game I play. For what it's worth. Anyways, this playthrough has already almost failed several times. I had no food, for example. But we have been growing these new things called sweet corn, I think. I actually don't know if they are new. But we have these, like, butterflies going around. It's one of the new characters from the DLC, and they have to, like, actively pollinate these plants. This thing is also new, I think, with the new DLC. And it's what the lumps eat. So this, what's it called? Ovagro? Yeah, Ovagro figs. They are not for eating for my guys. I've disabled the eating of the figs over here. They are just here to be fed right here to the lump, I think. Yeah, I did make them eat dirt. They didn't really like eating dirt very much, but it didn't seem to make them sick. I want to do some more batteries over here if I can. No, I made a new save on Saturday, Thort. I started again on Saturday. My current base is dinosaur themed. I'm trying to name my different characters after the dinosaurs that best represent their, but it's a bit weird. You think I've expanded too big, too fast? Too big, too fast was my nickname in college. Wait, why? What's the problem? Maybe I have expanded too fast, too big. Or too big, too... But I don't know why. I think it's okay. You need a lot of space, by the way, for food, I found. Maybe I'm missing one of the base mechanics of the game. But I seem to need a lot of space for food. I do want to be a little bit careful, though, that I don't start up too many new projects. Because I really need to make sure that my base is tidy, man. Like, these guys always make a lot of mess. Ooh, there's a maximum amount of pressure right now, so my oxygen diffuser isn't working. That might only be in this section of the map, though. How do I reduce pressure? I have no idea. I'll take food. Yeah, just more space, I guess? Yeah. Ooh, thanks, thank you. I was building down here, but for some reason it never continued. Lauren got me some sandwiches, Chad. I don't know what this thing does. It does salt water. I don't know how useful that is. Salt water is not so useful? Okay. Did we do our research, by the way? Oh yeah, we almost have it. We almost have our research. Actually, no. I'm gonna include this little bit of salt water over here. I wanted this to be 18 wide as well. Does that not work? How do I measure it? Yeah, I made everything so far 18 tiles wide. Why 18? I don't know. You seem to imply that I do things with a reason. Nope. No, that's not quite. That's not quite how this works. So I do need wrangling skills, though. Are you sick? What is your problem? Food poisoning, hungry, and low oxygen. I think we just have to dig more. So somebody just said my base might be getting too big too quick, but I think I need to make it bigger. Just to get more space, like more pressure. Am I absolutely adamant about no mods? No. I'm just playing. A self-powered oxygen machine will give you O2 freely for 10 people. I have no idea how to make that. A self-powered oxygen machine? A SPOM? I feel like I've read that abbreviation back in 2021. I don't remember what a SPOM does, though. Yeah, I generally like quality of life improvements. I don't generally like things that make the game super easy or just, I don't know, change everything. I think I tried building a SPOM at some point in the past and it worked out horribly. It wasn't the SPOM's fault, no. If you have any suggestions for a design, Edojo, I'm more than happy to give it a shot. I'd have no idea what people use, though, these days. I don't remember what I built. I have no clue. Oh yeah, go ahead, Edo. If you could link, that would be awesome. We can definitely have a little peek. At 10:43, okay.
What we're looking for before we can disconnect this gas reservoir is a solid stream of hydrogen, and that's going to take a small amount of time in order for this whole system to stabilize. The long and short of it, though, is all the hydrogen's going to rise and sit here, and we're going to prevent all of it from being suctioned out by the gas pump by use of an automation sensor. But if we wait long enough, you'll end up with an equilibrium that looks a little bit like this. Notice the oxygen is staying down here and the hydrogen is staying up here, preventing this gas pump from intaking any oxygen. In order to make this happen, we needed to set the bottom Atmos sensors at above 600 grams and the top one at above 250 grams. But now that we know we're only getting hydrogen in this line, we can reconnect it and dispose of our gas reservoir. But after we do that, we'll now have enough hydrogen where the hydrogen generator can take over the power responsibilities for the entire system.
I built something like this once upon a time. It was a giant pain in the butt. I know you can technically just copy it, but if you don't understand it, it's very annoying to troubleshoot. Now, we can probably figure this out, but I don't really feel like doing it right now. But I might regret it, I guess. I'm assuming they did also add things to the game for people that don't have engineering degrees. Right? Like, you gotta make video games accessible for people that don't Google anything. Right? They surely have done something like that. A written version of a guide? What is this? 1998? Let me just read your blog? This is not made for Zoomers, I can tell you that much. I may give this a shot at some point in the future. I read a lot, chat. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up right now. I read a lot. I can read. I know it may not always be obvious, but I did not drop out of elementary school. I don't want to flex or anything, but... You learn everything. Yeah, I usually learn through interpretive dance or smoke signals. Those are like my main sources of information. No, optimal designs is not what I was aiming for anyway, man. I have never once done anything optimally in any of my playthroughs, Dave. To the great frustration of many people, for what it's worth. Alright, I can make a grooming station. So this is going to be a little room where I'm going to keep dinosaurs, dude.
With every subscription, you can aid this poor, amazing human being read more. Kappa.
Oh, we can have a different version of it. Oh, interesting. It's a different skin for a building. Yeah, thank you, Nephilimkin, or Nephilim Core, rather. With every subscription, you can aid this poor, amazing human being read more? Yes. Well, actually, I listen to a lot of audiobooks these days. Does that count? Maybe that doesn't count as reading anymore. I don't know. Enters the prompt relocation of critters that exceed the maximum amount set. Critter drop off. I don't know. Automatically dispenses food for hungry critters. We have fish feeders, we have egg crackers. I don't need any of this though, do I? Don't think so. I may need to have a box with like items for these guys to eat though. I'm actually gonna move the grooming station over here. I need to have a box. Actually, no, I should probably move this over here because I think this is the thing that they interact with the most, right? So we need to make a storage bin where they like keep the food that the guys eat. I think. I'm not sure what you do with these. Lumps are non-hostile creatures that subsist on ovagro vines. When they stomp heavily near plants, the commotion causes harvestable items to fall to the ground. Wait, can they only ever... Can we not harvest these manually? Maybe I need to be growing some over here as well. I appreciate all the well-meant advice, guys. I see essays upon essays of advice. I will play and we'll figure out if I need stuff. Do love the passion for these games, though. I like to use the principle of getting better by failing, which is greatly frustrating for many people. I think we'll put one of these things down. A shearing station. So what do I do with you? I think you just poop, right? When they stomp near harvestable items, the commotion causes harvestable items to fall to the ground. They eat bristleberries or ovagra figs. Now I have some figs. No, I am harvesting them. Maybe. I was thinking about growing one over here too. I have played Factorio, absolutely, yes. I have even successfully launched multiple rockets. Albeit in a very painful way. I am a bottleneck fixer rather than a optimization kind of guy. I did beat Space Age, absolutely. What's up, Talik? I need to dig this hole a little bit more. This is as deep as I'm gonna build my base for now, though. Well, I did launch a whole lot of rockets, yeah. But I've never been at, like, the I am launching 30 rockets a minute type of setup for... for those type of games, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's my colony lacks a critter ranching 1 skill. Bro, let me wrangle you! Okay, new strategy. We need to wait until somebody shows up that can have critter wrangling, I think. I may be able to set it up though. Let's see. This guy's my researcher. Ah, I do need a wrangler. Can you wrangle? Critter ranching. Ah. Don't I have a farmer? I thought I had a farmer. Yeah. Oh, does that actually lock you into that one? I see. I may have to retrain some folks at some point in the future. Maybe it doesn't lock you, but maybe I just need more points. I think I need more points. Okay, that comes back to the great hole situation, guys. I wanted to make a great hole, which requires a mess table. Got those. No industrial machinery. Fancy decor item and recreational building. I have some fancy decor items, no? Maybe you are considered to be an industrial thing? Hold up. We'll remove these. Obviously, this is now priority 9. We can all agree with that. Yeah, maybe these are not nice enough. Maybe they're not pretty enough. I could try and get some more beautiful things. How about a flower pot? Do you guys like flower pots? I'll put down a flower pot. There you go. I'll put down 2 flower pots. How about that? Oh, Vagro. Ah, shit. Okay. I think I may have to grow them over here. I think maybe these plants need to be growing over here, and maybe like the animals will just kind of do it themselves. I don't know. Let's give that a shot. Maybe this is how it works. I don't know. The new DLC is a bit different. We could try and error it. Get rid of these things. We'll just plant the thingy in here instead. Okay. And I'll put in a ring rose bush. Improves the ambient decor. Excellent. Okay. Maybe we also need to remove the wire. I'm actually just gonna delete these. Even though I may replant them later.
Who needs oxygen?
Yo!
Breathing is so overrated.
That's so true, Mr. Smiley. I never breathe, personally. Okay, so is this going to be a great hole when the plants are here? I need a freaking plant. Oh! Great hole? Great hole! Thank you, Mr. Smiley. That was all I needed. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get the job done. I would very much so like to move you further down, if possible. Okay. This is much easier to manage if you already have a spam. Bro, I'm gonna give you a spam. How about that? I'm gonna be spamming so hard before the stream is over. Alright. Ornamentum. Yeah, okay, good. You get your plumbing ability, dude. Get your plumber certificate. Keep plumbing. All my homies love plumbing. Put on your plumber hat. What is a spam? A self something. It basically allows you oxygen. But nothing's free in this world, Crispy. Nothing is free. How many algae do I have? Spawn. No, algae. I have some algae. There's a lot of algae around these parts, I guess, so I can still use that to my advantage, but may have to be a little careful about all of this. Okay, Colony lacks critter ranching. I know, bro. Can we... Okay, I need somebody. Mayosaurus. Can you maybe go ahead and get another point? I think she's close. The base looks delightful. Thank you. What's the most important thing about a base? Is it the visual look? Because if it's the visual look, I think I'm doing pretty well. Aesthetics are everything, right? Yeah. Gotta make sure it's based. I do love based. I would like to do a... Most gases can be used for another system later in the game. Yeah, you can use everything at some point. That's one of the nice things about this type of game. At some point you're like, oh, I need hydrogen. But early on you're like, fuck, hydrogen. So far though, I'm mostly trying to prevent germs and stuff. There are some germs here and there, but nothing too crazy. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to clean water though. I don't have a lot of water. There is a lot of water over here, so I guess we could use that at some point, but it's a little bit of a project. Yeah, you can disinfect stuff with chlorine, but not so easy. Hello? Any animal wranglers? Suit wearer? This guy farts frequently. I don't know about that, dude. No, I don't want any of this. I'll take a sweet corn seed. No, we'll take some fried mushrooms. How about that? If I have a guy that farts frequently, can I lock him into a room and let him generate energy for me? Just hypothetically, like purely hypothetical. Sorry, my Dutch heritage just, it just, you know, it bubbles to the surface sometimes. I'm just wondering out loud. You tried to do that once, it's not cost efficient. Dang. I thought I was a bad person. A yeah, a self-powered farting colony. Make sure any of the duplicants that you can get that fart frequently get put into a box. Come on, dude. You've got so much morale. How do you get... When do we get one more? Cannot learn Critter Rancher because not enough skill points. How many skill points do I need? Oh, the skill points and the morale need are different. I thought you got more points based on... It just needs to do stuff. We just get it eventually. Okay. Fair enough. So just keep doing things. Just do stuff, and we'll figure it out. The colony is called Locosaurus. It is not very original, I will agree with that. I would like to have some plumbing in my base, too. I love plumbing. Actually, we can just wall this off over here. Yeah, we can just wall this off over here and then start putting in the peat thing. Oh, I have the fire poles! Everybody forget everything I've said. I am a fire pole main. Look at what we can do, chat. This is the hottest thing you can do. My duplicants can now play out their fantasy of being firemen. Yeah, or strippers. Would you rather be a fireman or a stripper, Chet? I think I'd rather be a fireman. You'd want to be both? Huh. Fireman during the day, stripper at night? Strippers earn more than firemen? You think so? Oh, maybe. Yeah, stripper does seem to be less dangerous. If anyone is deluded enough to pay you to watch you get naked, yeah, there you go. You'd be down. You just have to find the right audience. The new project is always more important than the old project. How many times do I have to say this? Okay, let's see if my my beautiful setup works, though. So I want to do the peat burner. I just want to have an infinite peat generator, I suppose, but that's not really necessary yet because we have a ton of peat to burn. And the idea is that we wall this in over here, the dirty water falls to the ground, and the liquid pump can pump. I will pump from that side, too. We gotta pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. I think that's good, right? And then this guy is gonna drop its dirty water, and then it gets dropped off in the piss pit. Ta-da! Dude, I feel so smart. I know this is very basic, oxygen not included behavior, but I feel very intelligent doing this. You've seen some videos? Okay. Well, you said you were watching movies all day yesterday, Memoria, so I guess we know enough. Imagine if Loco put that same amount of parrying, or same amount of effort into parrying. I'm a parrying master, sir. Thank you very much. Everybody always says Loco is amazing at parrying. Everybody. It's a very common thing for people to say. Parrying! You just heard what you wanted to hear, Free Hucks. I very clearly said parrying. Not whatever you heard. Okay, I have a bit of an issue over here, guys. My next closest by water source is far away. Anyway. I did beat Sekiro, yes. After many, many hours of pain. Whoa, did you see him gliding down that pole? That was hot. Yo, can somebody go all the way from the top to the bottom, please? Yoink. Dude, these guys are hanging on the pole while building the pole. What is this? That's incredible. Okay, all the way from... Oh my lord, that was so fast. Yoink. That seems fun. Don't... You sound kind of jealous right now, Mickey. Not a good look, dude. We gotta decide what we put in over here. Brine. Sure. And we'll put regular water in there too. I need to figure out a way to clean my water. Now, I did a thing in the past where we pumped polluted water into a room with chlorine gas in it. It felt like a lot of work, though. Are there better ways of doing it? Or less annoying ways to do it? Because you can perfectly scrub it clean. But maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, there's like polluted water, and then there is like water with germs in it and stuff. But the guys never actually... The last time I did it, I just pumped chlorine into a reservoir. You can feed plants germy water, and it deletes the germs. I'm not sure what my best way of doing this is. What do I have? Liquid valve? I remember I had like a chlorine room where water got like dirty, germy water. So like yellow, germy water got pumped into it. It hung out in that room for a little while, scrubbing it perfectly clean, and then it got sent back out into the system. Bacteria water into a closed loop and then feed it back into the toilets. They don't care. So I could just run this through a sieve and call it a day. What do I need clean water for? Germy water works for toilets and for showers? Oh. I love showering in piss personally. No, hold up. No. So wait, what do we use regular water for? In this economy. One big basin for water and then one big hole for all the other water? You have water in excess? I don't have water in excess. I'm running out. I'm building a new thingy over here. I do want to build showers, though. Here we go. There we go. It's dropping the stuff. Oh, we gotta wire this thing up. This room is gonna get very warm, so I do have to be paying attention to that, but... The only thing you really want to remove germs for is when you make your oxygen with water. You guys are saying a lot of words. Now, I understand those words in isolation. I don't understand anything else. What's going on here? Why are you... Did somebody piss? Somebody just peed out their entire body weight worth of polluted water. How did that work? Yay. Okay, so if I wanted to transfer... If I wanted to use this water over here for showers and for everything else, can I do that? Like, what do I have to run it through before I can do that? Say I wanted to use this water for showers and for toilets. If I just run it through, like, the sieve, is that all I need to do? I just have to run it through a sieve and it'll be fine? That seems pretty wild. I need, how do I do this? Sieve. How do you spell sieve? Water suit. Produces clean water from polluted water using sand, but produces polluted dirt. I'm just storing the polluted dirt over here, which seems to do the trick. Having germ-free clean water just feels nice. Yeah, that's true. And there is chlorine gas right over here. It is pretty easy for me to make a little room where we just create like perfect clean water. How is this stuff leaking? What's going on? Okay, nothing's happening here. Everybody's gonna get sick. Any animal wranglers? This guy's kind of nice as a decorator, but I don't know how useful that is. I think that's late game, dude. We don't really need it yet. I am kind of thinking about making a chlorine room again. I just don't remember how I did it. I know I needed the water sieve for sure. Water cleaner. Oxygen not included. I had like a really nice video that I have followed along with in the past. But it was posted on YouTube a long time ago. There's gotta be something a little bit better.
Hey guys, Too Legit City
Hey, Too Legit City.
here, and today we're going to be going over the chlorine room. The chlorine room is something that we use to remove germs from the liquids, and specifically we're going to be going over how to remove germs from a liquid. In our case, it's going to be the dirty bathroom water that has food poisoning on it. Now, for the most case, if you guys didn't know, chlorine is a natural germ-killing element in a gaseous state. And although that's the description, you kind of have to work with the chlorine to get the benefit of the germ-killing properties. That means that even if you run your water with germs on it in the chlorine room, nothing's going to happen, as the pipes and gas don't interact. And today we're going to talk about how we're going to be able to clean germs off of liquids. Now, in our case, we're going to be having some polluted water that's going to be coming in from our bathroom loop. So that bathroom water you can see right here. Now we're going to stop the polluted water from coming in.
There was like I found a video similar to this where a guy built it basically from scratch. And it was kind of awesome.
Hello, Growth Vegan here, back with another episode of...
I don't remember though. I have no idea who that was. This was like a long time ago. Just need automatic wires, gates, and reservoirs? No, it wasn't Francis John. That name I would remember.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial by For Oxygen Not Included, which is a look at cleaning germs. This is going to be focused on food, and not doing this at all is by using the liquid reservoir building inside a chlorine room. I will demonstrate a design here, but like all of these methods, there are many ways to implement this. To keep in the chlorine, use a liquid lock or a pit, as chlorine is heavier than oxygen.
Okay, so that'll be the first step, I suppose. I can easily pump in this chlorine and we can create like a perfect little room right over here. Right? I'm gonna give it a shot. I may regret this. It shouldn't be super hard, I think. But that's exactly why I'm thinking I might regret it. Anyway, all of my rooms have been 4 wide, or 4 high rather. So if we make this like 4 high over here. I'll build like the basics over here. I do need to make sure we have a water lock to get in. So the chlorine isn't gonna be completely messing everything up. I have no idea what you're saying. Hard to think of. Make sure to put multiple gate parts for potential germs in the pipe. That doesn't tell me anything. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. That does mean I need to make a clean water pit as well, guys. Like, we want to cycle the dirty water into the clean water and then use that for everything else. So maybe I'll make that underneath here or something, if it's possible. I don't have a clean water pit that's, like, able to continuously run. So I have a little bit of clean water over here, but it's not going to run for very long. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more research. I think I also need this. Liquid reservoir for sure, and maybe even liquid tuning, although I don't really understand how that works. So far, everything's looking kind of nice, though. I quite like this. I also would like to make showers. I think I want to make a whole load of showers here. My guys all shower at the same time, right? So I think actually we need, like, one for each. We can watch them shower, chat. How nice is that? Dreams become true. Oh. Oh, I'm the weirdo? Okay, sorry. I didn't know. Don't sieve your bathwater, Loco. I'm buying it. Thanks, man. I'm glad there's so many bathwater connoisseurs in the chat. Really means a lot. All right, I'll start off with a water lock over here, and then we'll go from there. Oh, no. Oh, you're already making it, I mean, that's a little early, I'm not gonna lie. It's not really what we're trying to do here, but I appreciate your thoughts, and what you're achieving here is, you know, better than nothing. I am gonna have to build a staircase, though. Like, somebody's gonna have to dive into piss every once in a while. I wouldn't want to have that job, but you know what? Sometimes there's dirty jobs that need to be done. We have a lot of food, though. I just need an animal wrangling skill, and we can start going for little lumps. Yeah, I'm looking for a volunteer, DJ. Do you mind? Loco, never mind what I said. It seems like you can't do the simple version properly. I already never minded it right after you said it, dude. Because I didn't understand half the words you used. We'll have to build all the way down. It's cute how you over-analyze the science of mixing water. I'm trying to clean the water of my dudes. Is that weird? I'm trying to think if I'm doing something really dumb. Are you stuck? How are you stuck, mate? Come on. Got a grip. Could somebody please go help him out? He's stuck.
Hello everyone, this is Jang and Polish. In these videos, this is by having a colder body of water, or having
No.
coming in, and now that you see that we're not adding in any more polluted water, the germs are actually going down. That's because when you don't have liquids moving in the pipes and they're staying inside of the liquid reservoir like that, they interact with the chlorine and the germs get killed fast. We're on 1x speed right now. You can see that we went from 600,000 to about 100,000 in seconds. Chlorine will kill most of the germs like so, and it doesn't matter what type of germ it is.
Mate, you just linked a 1 hour long video, 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'm sure there's a lot in this, but
For the most part, it's going to die as chlorine.
I
will
love
take it
the.
out.
Don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but
Now, because of that,
I didn't
you
really want to go back
typically
to
have
school
make
to
a
figure out how to
setup
make this
with
little tiny room.
automation so that the flow of water does not stop. And we're going to be going over just that. And very quickly, this is our automation overlay. All we have is a shutoff connected to a timer. This
I mean, I'm planning on making this before we get to any of the other stuff, right? Okay, so I have my... I need my research going in this direction for sure. Hydro sensor, insulated pipe, okay.
timer is going to be when we're going to do a check at every cycle. And then over here, this shutoff is going to be attached to a germ sensor.
There's a germ sensor in the game? Germ sensor? Ooh. That's pretty hot. But I don't know if that's like... Where is that? It's far away? No, it's not too far. It's pretty slow. Not too bad.
Where the clean water leaves the system and then the germy water loops back in so that it could have the germs killed. Now, what I said earlier, when you're having the liquids in the pipeline right here, and there's no way to avoid that, they have the germs alive. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 potential bubbles with germs in it. And that's actually why we need the germ sensor. Now, we're going to show you the process of which we're going to have to use for this and how you could just leave this on automation. In our case, I typically just put it on a 10% timer at a certain part of the...
Okay, we can try and make something like this. I feel like...
Or loose back into itself. And very quickly, this is our automation overlay. All we have packets. Chlorine...
I will try and copy this. I'm probably gonna get some details wrong, but I think this is one of the great things of streaming, man. We can like collectively figure this out. I'm sure there's many of you that will immediately get the hang of everything, and I don't. But let me try and struggle through this for a sec. Because I think it would be nice if we could just have like one pit of dirty water and then one pit of perfectly clean water, and that's the only stuff we ever think about. Like, we just have dirty water and clean water, and that's it. And we just use, like, clean water for all of the important stuff, and then we pipe all of the dirty water into the dirty water pit, and then it automatically cleans itself, and it goes into the clean water pit. I don't think it's a bad idea. We can give it a shot. I'm trying to germ min-max, yes. I like 2 pits. Yeah, I think like a 2-pit approach is a good idea. I like 2 pits and I cannot okay, well. Anyways. I won't do that to you. No, it's unnecessary. Have you guys already been able to, Oh, I'm looking for a wrangler. Any, wrangling skills? No. No, it doesn't look like it. What's going on, foe? Welcome, welcome. Agriculture ×3. Lucky one you are. Yeah. It is what it is. I do have to be a little bit careful, though, that I don't accidentally get too many dupes anyway. Because, oh, by the way, this DLC I'm playing right here has a giant Doomsday timer. In case, I haven't even mentioned it yet today, but this DLC introduces this giant Doomsday timer over here. Where basically, a giant asteroid is going to hit our base. And it's going to destroy everything up until here. The goal for this playthrough is to try and prevent that from happening. I have until cycle 200, which is a really long time. Somebody said Saturday that usually by cycle 200 you have the entire map mined out anyway. I'm not even going to be remotely close to that, and I highly doubt I will be able to pull this off. But yeah, I just need you to know that. I will probably not even get started with building any defenses. Yeah, it's a long time, but also I'm already a quarter of the way there. That's the destruction region right over here. This entire section. Which I think is like a top third of the map or so. I'm not sure, but it's a lot. So luckily for me, I'm contemplating bathwater. It seemed more important. I don't know. You know, it's not even hitting my base, guys. It's just going to destroy everything above me. It will just create a slightly nicer space right over here for us. I think it'll be great. It'll be fine. Yeah, no problem. It'll create space for us. Exactly. Free renovation. Yeah. What if somebody came to you right now and they were like, yo, we are going to change your house and it's now going to be a beachfront property. And we're going to do it all for free. Now, obviously, there would be questions, but that's kind of what it feels like, you know? It'd be a little suspicious. What was it that I'm looking for again? Germ sensor. We can sense if there's any germs nearby. Not to be confused with Germans. Germans are allowed. Germs, however, no. Common misconception. Many people confuse the two. I'm just trying to have fun, man. I'm not trying to optimize anything. But I'm sure this was pretty clear for everybody already. Do I have the resources to build the sensor? How hard can it be? I have no idea. There's no way for me to know what this thing costs. We'll find out when we finish the research. Okay. So, I need to make... a liquid reservoir. There we go. We make 2 of them. And then bro has a little bit of space in between. And he has another one right over there. I kind of feel like blocking this place off for now, even though I need chlorine in here eventually. I would like to do oxygen. So in the video, he has 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 spaces in between. I think it's probably fine to just have 1, but okay. And then this is kind of like the end of the little project here. So it's pretty straightforward. I think if I dig up, the asteroid will hit further down. But I don't know. But that would make sense. I could also just build straight up in the chlorine cloud. Would that work? I was thinking about pumping it into this tiny little room so we have like... I don't want it to like accidentally get away. Yeah, I guess that would work. I think I'm still gonna pump it. Gas pump? So this is a temporary gas pump. And it needs to be pumping over here to the top. Can I do like a filter? Yeah, I need a filter here too. Oh god, how does this work? Hold up. We need a filter. Gas filter. I think this goes over there. And then does this show, like, I don't know which side is going to have the filtered stuff. I'm assuming orange is the filtered stuff. And then this is like the non-filtered stuff, I suppose. So we should probably... Like so would be easiest, I guess. So this stuff gets pumped in there. And then that stuff gets pumped in there. And I guess this stuff... goes like so? I don't know. You've sunk so many hours into this game. It is nice, isn't it? It's a good game. Oh, this obviously also is going to require electricity. My main concern is whether or not all of this is going to be reachable. Can we also uproot that thing, please? Okay. Chlorine is a heavy gas, always stays at the bottom. Yeah. We're gonna have to pump everything that is not chlorine out of this thing as well. So I'm gonna need to have a filter over here somewhere. Oh god, this is not gonna fit, is it? Chad, hold up. Let him cook. We can just put it over here, it's easier. Actually, I need this to be... like so? Man, making a little chlorine room is not that easy. So anything that's filtered is gonna go this way, and what we're gonna filter is going to be chlorine, and then anything that's not chlorine gets pumped to the other side of this wall. I think that's right. It looks very cursed, though. But once it's here, we can delete it, right? Like, once it's done, we can just delete it. Let's see. It's less cursed in your base. That's good. You hated your base, so you stopped? I do try to make sure that my base is not, like, painful. I hate it when my base is very painful. At least now we don't have somebody running in the hamster wheel 24/7. That's probably good. We already have a little bit of chlorine here. Excellent. They're just holding their breath the entire time. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit, we're out of algae. Chat, we're out of algae. Why did anybody bring up a spam or something? Okay, no, you did. You did. You know what? You did. Excessively so, might I say. There's only a little bit of algae here. Okay, can I finish this project first before everybody dies? Time to use water? Water? I need oxygen. That's what I need, not water, dude. Can I remove the H out of H2O? Water goes to oxygen and hydrogen. I can actually do that. So this is not an entirely pointless effort. Wait, how do I do that? What is the... I should probably be researching for that. That's the electrolyzer? Oh, that's super easy. Oh! The electrolyzer is just a little thing I put down, right? That's it. So it's very straightforward. It also makes hydrogen. That's for future loco. Okay, so this pointless project may actually also be what I need to create oxygen, so it's not entirely pointless. And I'm assuming we can't really make oxygen with polluted water, right? Like that's sounds like a really bad idea. I sound like a bad dictator right now. But what about the peasants eating dirt? Would they be bothered by eating dirt? Okay, fine. No, I gotcha. Now, it would be really nice if my team actually decided to build stuff. I don't know why you guys are so freaking slow building stuff. They love digging, though. They're big into digging. They dig it. Yeah, well, polluted oxygen might not be ideal. I've been breathing oxygen for a long time in my personal life, and I don't think I would do well with polluted oxygen. Oh, here's the filter. Look at that. So the filter here. So orange is the output too. That is going to be chlorine. Chlorine gas, yes. And then everything else should get pumped that way. Same over here. Chlorine is gonna be pumped into that little room. Okay, built. Built. Somebody get my whip. Built. Chat, how do I make him build faster? Asking for a friend. Ooh, there's carbon dioxide here too. Fucking carbon dioxide, man. I need chlorine. That's what we need. Make everything 9 priority. I've tried that many times before. It doesn't work.
Hi Loco, my most anticipated release of the year, an RTS, just dropped called Broken Arrow.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
Interested in a copy?
I haven't heard of that one in particular. Broken. Thank you for the resub, by the way, Karumi. This looks like a very realistic looking game. I always find it a little bit like, you know, we have all these close-ups, but like no. Is it an RTS? No gameplay. I will keep an eye out. I will keep an eye out. Thank you very much. I don't even see an interface. Always a bit tricky. Looks pretty good, yeah. Visually it looks nice. Yeah, that's what I've done, Golden Sea. I'm just impatient. A pufflet? Hey, this guy does have husbandry, though. Husbandry and decorating. Do I want to add another guy into my team? This guy requires light to sleep. Okay. I'll go with this one, yes. Do I have a team of all girls at the moment, Memoria? It's been proven many times that we need a mix. I need a dinosaur name for dinosaur specialized in husbandry. Which has nothing to do with husbands, by the way. The Agricultosaurus? No, real dinosaurs, bro. It just gave me fake dinosaur names. Oh, I already made one of these. Triceratops? Evidence suggests that they traveled in family groups? Sure, that works with husbandry, I guess. You are my husband. No. Ranching. Yes, dude. Do you have skills? Thank goodness we had AI. So true. No, we need one more point. Yeah, thank goodness we had AI to help us out with that. That was an impossible task. I could not have possibly come up with Triceratops by myself. Are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping on a stair? Bro wants to be by himself, I guess. Do you guys get pissed off if you're all sleeping in the light? Do we have a light sleeper in the chat, by the way? Somebody that can sleep only under blasting light? I know that those... I know that that is a thing where people are like, no, I actually need to have a light on. Why does it not work? You can only sleep if the fan is on? I've never seen a house that has a fan in it. I always see those in American movies. Never seen a ceiling fan in the Netherlands. So there's a reel? Okay, okay. You have to have the TV on or you get night terrors? Interesting. It's also really common in Southeast Asia. Okay, to have like a fan. I see. I never really see them over here. Fan is OP. It's cheaper than aircon. Yeah, makes sense. You like to watch my stream while you're asleep? Aw. We've been sleeping together for all these years? I had no idea. That's what people mean, right? When they say... Right, okay. Guys, if I run out of algae, I am dead. I have 14 tons of it, though. So it's kind of a lot-ish. Don't, subtle? No, subtle. It feels like you're criticizing the amount of oxygen in my base. Look, the title of the game is that it's not included. I don't know why suddenly I'm the bad guy here. Can you guys fucking build this, please? Holy crap, you're slow. Come on, build. Oh. I'm trying to do the little project here, and you guys are all just doing other things. Who set you these other tasks anyway? Who gave you the permission to do these other tasks? Oh, right, okay. Well, anyways. Well, yellow alert goes a bit far. A huge idiot. Well, I think that much is certain, yeah. I was thinking smart battery or jukebox, one of the two. Smart battery, good. You've only ever played the vanilla map? Well, me too, I guess. I've never really played anything that looks like this. Bro, Triceratops, you have a light! Wait. I have two characters named Triceratops. You're renamed to, T-Rex. Congratulations, this is no longer your bit. This is Triceratops' bit now. I should just number them? Yeah, maybe. Okay, this is as many rooms as I can have, really. I'm actually just gonna delete all of you guys' rooms. Yeah, delete all of them. I need like one of you guys in the corner with a light. I guess the otters can't sleep. So this guy wants a private bedroom? Ugh. Here, I'll make him sleep over here. In the toilet. I figured it out. I figured it out. I still had a little bit of space for you in the bathroom. I briefly considered building you a separate toilet, but then I realized, nope, I'm doing too many things as it is. So I'll give you a private room right behind the toilets. Please enjoy. Triceratops, you're so slow, dude. Holy crap. Okay, I don't even know if there's enough chlorine in this room. The chlorine also has moved up. Can you guys make one over here? And then make that connect. Oh, jeez. I don't know how I'm ever gonna remove this, but I guess we don't really need to. All of this is priority 9. No, 9. 9! 9! Nine! Priority 9! 9! Guess what? Priority 9! No! No, Hoin. Jeez Louise. Alright. Triceratops, this is your fucking bit. Get out of here. This one is T-Rex's. Enjoy your time. Germans always say 9. I don't know if they always say 9. I know many Germans, and I don't think I've ever known them specifically to say the word 9. Or the number 9. Maybe they're fans of it, though. Yo, demented cowboy. Danke bitte. Hammergeil. Okay, and then after you guys build this, I need that to be priority 8. And then we just have to wait a little bit and wait until this entire room is filled with chlorine and nothing but chlorine. I want this room to be a chlorine main. Overheat damage. Oh. Bros, if you're supposed to be in this room, why are you overheating? It's only 60 degrees. I need the piss to fall through the floor, though. How am I supposed to prevent it from overheating? Okay, my brain is not computing for this right now. We'll just repair it over and over and over again instead. Did you guys just build this fucking thing and then, like, never finish the other part, even though the priority was different? I love that for you, man. We'll delete it again. Thank you, Bom Basaro. Thank you very much for the 15. Welcome. Maybe actually using a staircase is better. I need you guys to build this stuff. Really bad. Thank you, Ezio, for explaining the basics. Okay. How long do you think I can breathe chlorine for? Hypothetically, I mean. Not very long, I would imagine. Do we have to actually throw it into a sieve as well? Oh, we do have to also sieve it first, don't we? Like, the dirty water has to be separated first. Yeah, I still need a sieve here somewhere, too. Ah. Man, this little project of mine is gonna take a while. Triceratops, can you get this? You still need your skill points, huh? I do eat a lot of paint, Gideon. Yeah. How did the mini dry up? I did some painting earlier. It's a little too glossy, but I painted in the little goblin. Only the guy on your right now. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. Somebody made a mess. Excuse me. It's okay. Just put it with the rest. Can you guys not reach that? Hold up, what's going on? Why is there no power? Oh. Gotcha. Okay, so this stuff is working. We can build both of these before the little dinosaur guys come. No, don't go in, little dinosaur man. I will murder. No, I will murder you. I recommend you leave. Maybe you can live in my chlorine room. You can be a friend, I guess. All right. So, we're making a chlorine room. Everything's awesome. Everybody loves it. Everybody's always asking like, wow, Loco, how did you make such a glorious chlorine room? And I'm always like, well, I made it by myself and it didn't take time at all. It was smooth sailing all this time. Yeah, so we're pumping in more chlorine and we're pumping everything that is not chlorine out. So we shouldn't see anything but chlorine gas over here, right? So already, the job has been achieved. We can delete this stuff. So this was a temporary build. Okay. How much chlorine is safe to breathe? I don't know. I'm gonna stay with as little as possible in IRL personally. Okay, so we gotta do I think it's a liquid valve. Is it a liquid valve? It looks like a liquid valve. We gotta do automation. Ah, I need a germ sensor. It requires plastics. I don't have any plastics, bro. I did all of this and I can't even build it. Why do you allow me to research something so early on? Like a sensor for something like that if I can't possibly build it until way later? Don't say I told you so. Ugh. Oh. I wonder if it will still run without it. It's just a little risky. Yeah, I could have had plastics, sure. What does that do for me? Yeah, I have very little oxygen. But this was also kind of my plan for making oxygen, because I could make clean water and then turn that into oxygen. I could still do that, I guess, but I'm gonna have a very finite source. I don't think so, Andy. Okay. Maybe I can still give it a shot, but... we can maybe just plug one of those sensors in there later. What about the other sensor, though? What about, the time... what was it called? An Atmos sensor? Is an Atmos sensor also... is it Atmo? No, it's not it. This thingy over here.
As the pipes and gas don't interact.
I don't know
And
what
today
that
we're
is.
going to talk about how
Yeah,
we're
the
gonna be
timer
able to
thingy.
clean
I don't know what the
germs
timer
off
thingy is
liquids.
called.
Now, in our case, we're going to be having some polluted water.
A cycle sensor? Cycle sensor. I'm gonna make the assumption that the cycle sensor is also gonna be plastics. Maybe not. That one is not? Oh. Well, that's convenient. So it's probably not gonna be perfectly clean. That's my main concern, but it should still be good enough.
Don't interact. And today we're going to talk about how we're going to be having some polluted water that's going to be coming in from our bathroom loop. So that bathroom water you could see right. And now that you see that we're not
Okay, so my input is gonna be over here.
adding in any more polluted water, the germs are actually going down. That's because when you don't have liquids moving in the pipes and they're staying inside of the liquid reservoir like
Right.
that, around 1 second. And it doesn't chlorine.
Where's the
have to make a
input?
setup with some automation so that the flow. And very quickly, this is our automation. This timer is going to be when we're going to do a check at every cycle. And then over here, this.
What is this? I don't understand what this thing is. I guess that's the bridge or something? So the water comes in over here. It's always into white, right?
Shut off is going to be.
Mate, I can't find my original video, Echo. It's a problem. But this is basically the same idea. So this is my clean one. And if we just have a sensor over there that can say, like, stay in there for a while,
attached to a
we
germ
should be good.
sensor, where the
Okay, just build this first. I still need to get that other research anyway. And I also need to get a sieve. I think I need to put my sieves up here. This thing is huge. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this a little smaller for now. My little piss pit over here, though, is starting to run out of space. It's a real issue. There's a lot of piss, chat. Very little pit. When there's more piss than there's pit, you know, you run into issues. T-Rex, our latest member, has done the dive. Okay. My guys don't seem to grasp that whatever I'm currently working on is always going to be the newest, highest priority. For some reason, this is, not entirely obvious. Oh yeah, wait, Triceratops is the newest member. Yeah, potato, potato. Okay, so we can build a sieve over here. Is one sieve enough, or should we do 2 sieves? Produces clean water from polluted water using sand. But it's gonna be clean water with germs in it. So my ultimate pump is going to be right over here. You've always done 2? Yeah, a lot of germs. I don't really need a lot of water though for now. I think this will be enough. No. Broseph, what are you doing? What did you just do? What are you doing? How is there so much liquid in those couple of squares? Are you insane, bro? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new piss pit, and it's gonna be over here. Say hello to the new piss pit. You love it? You love my piss pit? Well, you can go live in there then. How about that? Nobody understands how gravity works. It's one of the many secrets of life. Is this going to mess up my chlorine room? This is not good. If it actually messes up my entire chlorine room. When did it last quick save? Like 8 minutes ago. Dang. You guys are enjoying my pain a little too much, I will be honest with you. This is something you should look into, man. Maybe try therapy or something. You're getting too much enjoyment out of my pain, man. It's... You're just happy it's not you for once? Fair. Of course I don't, Gideon. Of course I don't have a hotkey. For anything. Oh, your therapist told you you should go watch here for... I see. What was the sensor again? I forgot the name. No. Cycle. Let's see. So, water sieve goes over here. Maybe I should just do 2 because I can. Look, here's that video. You found the video that I used 4 years ago? You absolute legend, Striker Lass. This is that video, it is.
Pumps 10 kilograms of water per second. These sieves only pump or only clean.
Okay, yeah, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm trying to flip. There we go. I'm a reaction streamer for oxygen not included, yes. Actually, I don't think we need this. We can... Can I put it in the middle of the room? Let's just put it over here. We could even add a third. There's zero reason to add a third though, but...
Five kilograms of water per second. So you want 2 of them. So we're going to pump this down here, split it. Half goes into this one, half goes into this one. They clean the water, but whilst it's clean water, it's still germy water.
I love how this guy says germy water. That's very funny.
That water comes down here, gets amalgamated, and goes into this first.
Okay. It goes into a liquid shut-off. Liquid shut off. That's not the same as a valve. Really. Liquid shut. Does that also require special minerals? It requires refined metal. I'm actually gonna delete these because I need to replace a bunch of things, but that's fine. Refined metal. I think I have mined those before, but I don't really know. There's iron ore over here. Is iron ore considered a refined metal? Or is it something you have to produce? You need to stomp it, right? Isn't that like the thing where you have to like... That's my impression of the refined metal thingamajig. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, punch. What is it called? Bash. I don't know what the structure is called. Crush? Yes, that's it. Inefficiently produces refined materials. Yes. We only need a small amount of it for now. Well, I just need enough refined metal for a few thingies. I don't really need to worry about it, I don't think. Wait, what is it? What is the... Iron ore to iron? Is iron considered to be a refined metal? Like, how do I know if this is a refined metal? I guess it is. Somebody go punch that button. I love these animations in this game so much. It's so funny. Yeah, so now I can make it. Okay. No. Disable building. That's what I'm trying to do. All right.
First liquid shut off, and then goes into the reservoir, right? And then goes into the reservoir there. This is clean, pure, germ-free water. This comes down here, goes through this shut off, and into the reservoir. What are we using that for, you might ask? Well, that is to get around a problem where germy liquid that's in a pipe doesn't get cleaned by chlorine. In the reservoir, it gets cleaned. In this pipe here, it doesn't. So, to get around that problem, we prime the system with a little clean water, which fills up this pipe. Then, we load up the polluted water. That gets cleaned.
I'm not too concerned about that. A little bit is fine.
Or, sorry, germy water, not polluted water. That gets cleaned by the chlorine. And then, we empty the system down here. And it's all regulated by these 3 clock sensors. So it's a 4-step process. First of all, we prime the system with a little bit of clean water. Literally, it's like 60 kilograms of clean water go into here. And then we...
Wait. Clock sensor. Oh wait, maybe this is a different research. Clock? Oh no. Clock sensor no longer exists? Maybe it's renamed? Is a cycle sensor? I have not. Maybe it got renamed. I think it's just the same thing. Yeah, it is the same thing. It's just got a different name for some reason. Interesting. Okay, so this also requires a little bit of the thing. My base is getting very warm, by the way, guys. Is that a problem? Nah, it'll be fine. You think engineers would be making wiener jokes? Clock sensor as in... You think they would be making inappropriate jokes? The engineers I know would never make a joke about such disgusting things that you are suggesting right now, good sir. All engineers I know are very serious people with serious jobs. Yeah, exactly. You would have to talk to HR if you're not a serious person. We've discovered plumbing! Hype. I too love plumbing. Does IT engineering count? Sure. Count for what? For talking to girls? I don't know if IT engineers can talk to girls better than other engineers. Doubt it. What type of engineers do you think is best when it comes to talking to girls? I don't really want the water, no.
Move into the second phase, which is controlled by this clock sensor. In fact, let me show you. So this one is...
Okay, we just gotta build this thing. Civil engineers go outside? That's crazy. Do they not know that the outside world is dangerous? You're married, lol, so you can talk to girls? That's crazy. He's flexing that he's married. Yeah, he is. He is.
Set to just one.
Okay, so this is gonna be on just for like the first thingamajig, so it primes the system with a little bit of clean water. Gotcha.
1% of time. Now I could actually set it shorter, and it could be shorter. I could set it to 0.5%, but
It's fine, dude. I believe you.
Then we move into the fill stage of the process, where we switch on this liquid shutoff and bring in the germy water into the reservoir.
Yes.
Then there's a period of time where
It just kills shit.
the water's just allowed to clean, so it just sits there, and the chlorine kills off the germs. And then finally, we have the last stage of the process.
That activates at 69.
This shutoff is switched on, and the water drains out. Let me show you the liquid view. So we prime the system.
No. Germy water is what he said. He said nothing about German water. Kein deutsche Wasser, Korn. Okay, so we need to pump in a little bit of clean water over here.
Then bring in the germy water, kill off all the germs,
And then over here... Oh, we need one more liquid valve. Or shut off, rather. Ugh. Can we do this thing again? Go ahead. And then this gets pumped over there. With the germy stuff.
and then we evacuate the system. And it's that simple. Seriously, the piping is so simple. The components are so simple. Let me show you all the different views.
It's so fucking simple, chat. If you are struggling with this, you are literally a moron. That's what he's telling me, right? Imagine struggling with this. You gotta be such an idiot. That would be embarrassing. Wait, no, this is the clean water, obviously, that I'm pumping out right over here. So we definitely don't want to loop this that way. This is going to lead to my clean water pit. Now, I haven't yet decided where I'm going to be putting my clean water. Where do we put the clean water, chat? We could put the clean water over here. It's just kind of like a convoluted pump. Convoluted pump was my nickname in college, by the way. Fun fact. Not a secret I've shared with many people. Yeah, a big reservoir would be useful, I think. More local lore? Absolutely, yes. Okay. And we'll make it rain over here somewhere. I like making it rain. I should make this the size of your mother, aka massive. Your mom's not that big. Well. Do I want to have a bigger clean water pit or a bigger dirty water pit? The only problem here is that I already have some water over here that's a bit annoying. We can just prime it with some salty water, right? That's not an issue, right? Surely that's not a problem. Okay, maybe we need to, like, make sure that this place over here does not fill up that way. And we, like, let this drop to the bottom. So we'll dig this out. Like so. And then dig down. There's already a little bit of water, but... Why use salty water when you have a piss pit right there? Exactly, Yugian. You understand what I need. Okay, can you show me the automation screen?
So let's take a look at the power.
Okay. Keep the scalding to a minimum, please.
So really simple. I've got this pump and the 2 sieves on
Yeah.
on which they'll be simpler. The first
Okay, hold up.
is essentially inert.
No, this is not that, it's not that complex. If you understand the basics of the game, you can do some crazy shit in this game. But it is definitely a little tricky for a noob. So this thing activates that reservoir with the clean water. This thing activates the pumping in of the germy water. And then this thing over here pumps out the clean water. Yeah. Yeah, you have to understand the basics of the game. AKA, be intelligent and not me. But if you're intelligent and not me, this is pretty easy. I would kind of like to actually have the pit at the same height as the other pit. Can I do that? Symmetrical pits. That's a dream. Yeah, I'm sure there's some folks out there that make incredible machines in games like this. I don't really know how I'm gonna sort this thing out over here, though. How am I gonna sort this thing out? Because it's never working. It's now 90 degrees in this room. Yeah, we're actually just gonna destroy this thing for now. Somebody made a mess! You pissed on the plants! That is not okay. Please leave the plants alone. We're trying to deny the amount of piss, not increase it. I thought I dug up a Wheelswort, but I guess we didn't. Or a Wheezewort. It's currently a nice, toasty 34 degrees around the base. Hardly a temperature to complain about, I would say. How do you guys not open this, by the way? I don't quite understand. But I also don't think this is actually an issue, because there's a little bit of chlorine gas in here, but chlorine is heavy anyways. So I think we can actually just destroy this door. Can I make the liquid pump out of a resource that doesn't break within 2 seconds? No. Yeah, it's okay, I guess, if the animals come into my base now. I need oxygen. Whoa! F's in the chat for Ornithomimus. I don't even remember your role. But I care about you very dearly. Definitely. That took longer than I thought. Thank you, man. He drowned in his own piss. Yeah, that's a beautiful way to go. That's how I want to die. At the age of 80, with a belly full of meat. Drowning in my own... Wait, no, I almost got the quote correct. Tasteful memorial. Can I move my dead people? You get to live over here, but... Well, you get to be dead over there. Maybe living is a little... No, it was piss made by the peat machine. The peat burner. Look, I will move the bodies to a better place, okay? I don't really care about, you know, an aesthetically pleasing burial spot right now. That does mean that a new bed has opened up, chat. And that's gotta be worth something too. I just don't remember what his job was. Can we see what his job used to be? It's a little annoying that there's no screen for that somewhere, but maybe there is and I just don't notice it. Oh! Critter ranching is an opportunity now. What about Triceratops? Okay, he's almost got skill points. It's okay. Yeah, I don't know what this hat is. I guess it's the plumber hat or something, but I don't know what the hat means. I think he's the plumber. He was our cleaner and supplier. Well, that's probably not an important job at all. The new project is always more important than the old project. When everything's priority 9, everything is priority 9. And we need to do some quick burial. I don't know what happens with a guy that's like, you know, dead for an extended period of time. But I think it's probably good if we go pick him up and yeet him in the ground. Yeah, you go do it. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. This place is really bad for your health. Oh, no. Quick! Pick him up and get on out of there, man! No! Somebody else do it! God, you suck, Triceratops. Couldn't even bury the guy. Yeah, yeet him in the floor. There you go. Done. He was doing a piss poor job. Ayy, very nice. Very nice. I think it's actually already done. I think actually this already works as like a water treatment plant. I'm pretty sure it's already good. Does anybody have any suggestions how I could like make sure that the dirty stuff gets picked up over here, but that the liquid pump doesn't break every 3 seconds? I don't actually know how to do it. Is it just the material? The pump is breaking because it's too hot. Although this one is not actually too hot right now. It might break a few times over, I guess. So if I make it out of a better ore, like if I make it out of like gold, it will be fine. Yeah, I don't have any gold at the moment. Yeah, but if I get insulated tiles, obviously it won't be able to pump because it needs to fall down. I should make it out of aluminium or gold? Okay, well. I will look for those at some point in the future, I suppose. Well, I don't think that's how it works, Ian. I'm no expert, though, when it comes to gold, but... Okay, so all of this can be deconstructed. At some point when we reach this. Right now it's obviously not within reach anymore, but... I have faith that at some point we'll reach back in there. Oh! A new cleaner? I think I want somebody... Like, 7 athletics is really nice, isn't it? Cleanosaurus. I will make my own names that I actually understand. It's a perfect name. Congratulations. Welcome to the crew. Now, I need you to know that you are not allowed to eat this. Good. I need you also to be focusing on hauling and stuff in particular. Supplying, storing, tidying. Yeah. I need you to just clean stuff. Pirates would bite in gold or in coins to check if they're real gold. So it turns out criminals have been using bitcoins for their transactions for centuries. Dad jokes on my stream. Oh, can we dig this thing up? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All you've been doing is bullying me, Mr. Shine. You think I would give you a sword? Really? Nice. Okay. Scalding hot. Can you guys maybe stop going in here? What are y'all doing here, man? Triceratops, no! Triceratops! What are you guys doing here? Stop! Stop fucking repairing that fucking... Oh, jeez, okay. Oh, no, he's gonna die. Bro, get out, get out, get out! This guy's an idiot. Can we move this guy? I don't know if that does anything. I don't know. Move him. I don't understand, bro. This thing doesn't work. Go do something. I can't move him. I don't have a medical bed, chat. I've been busy with other things. I think I can only carry him when I have a medical bed, right? So this guy is dead. Yeah, he's dead. Rest in pieces. He dies in hot piss. What a dream. Man, that was my way, though, to start freaking wrangling. Why did he fucking run in there like 7 times when I already told him not to run in there? Ugh. Alright, I will change my priorities up. I have somebody who is currently my farmer who can do crop tending. Yeah. Or critter ranching, rather. You can go ahead and do all of that, please. And then I want to begin critter ranching. Now, I don't even know how to do any of this. But please wrangle this thing. Good luck. Good luck. Give it a shot. See how it goes. I think that actually does mean that I need to change the... So this is Myosaurus. Myosaurus. You love farming, don't you? Yeah. You also, however, love ranching. Even more. You never bother saving your dupes if they die? Very good. Me neither, dude. I definitely didn't want to save them. I definitely didn't even try. None of that. Saving duplicates? Lol, get a load of that. I definitely did not care, and I wasn't even frustrated a little bit. This is an unreachable build? The corner bit? Oh, it's because there's a little bit of sand over here. Okay, I was wondering about that. I'm a man, I have no feelings. That's so true. How did you know? I just realized this staircase is not even in the right place. Did you guys know that men sometimes do have feelings? I'm just kidding. Good joke. Very funny stuff. Hungry is a feeling? Nope, it's a country. By the way, if you guys are new here, don't forget to hit the follow button. I stream pretty much every day. We almost have oxygen in our base, though. That's pretty good. No, bro, I'm trying to do it in such a way that you guys specifically don't have the water going in here. Why are you guys... That's like literally the thing I'm trying to do here, so we get the water to fall down that way. What? I think the sand messed me up. Yeah, the sand did mess me up. Loco just killed 2 innocent duplicates and then he asks us for money. Yeah, it's to cover the funeral deck, no? Duplicates have 0 insurance. No surprise there. Overpressure damage? What? What do you mean, bro? Overpressure damage. Guys, everything's falling apart. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you over there? Oh, ha, ha, ha. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everybody relax. Pressure! Pushing down on troops. Pushing down on you. Do-do-do-do. Under pressure. This game is 100% hurting cats. Yeah. No! Mate. How did the salt water possibly go through the wall? My liquid lock just got messed up. Does that matter? I don't know if this is a problem. It might be. How is a solid... No! Broseph! How the fuck did that... Man, why is this game so painful now all of a sudden? I was having such a good time on Saturday. Jeez. Why would you do all of that? Now the chlorine is getting out. Mate, this is so annoying. When did it last save? Okay, 21 seconds ago. Why would it mop up the middle square though? It can't even do that, right? Can it? I guess it can. I hope it's fine like this, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Is it going to actually have chlorine leak out like this, or is it okay? Chlorine is always going to try and flow down, but maybe if there's like a tiny little bit of liquid over here, it's still okay? I will try and fill up that square again. Just in the off chance I messed this up anyway. Yeah, this is now too much liquid, so I can't actually do anything here. What a pain. I guess we can still just have the water leak out over here. Cancel this. Dig out over here, and it just falls down, and we should be okay that way. And it still is gonna be emptied? Okay. Crisis averted, I think. It is definitely like hurting cats. Yeah, they're trying really hard to fly their command centers to the corner of the map, and it's up to me to basically prevent that from happening. Hey, look, we did bring in the lump. So how do we make this guy... So this guy is happy, he's groomed for, and he's looking for food. Now, they love these fruits. It says that they only eat those. Does it still need a feeding station, though? Like, will it eat these things off from the floor? I think it still needs a feeding station. Or like a feeding thing? I don't know. A grooming station we have. Why isn't it all in like the same category? Critter feeder? It says he's No, it says he's looking for food. So I don't know if he eats himself or like how this works. Also, where do baby lumps come from? If I, hypothetically speaking, wanted to breed more, do I need multiples? Oh, we brush his teeth. A little bit of perfume. It's good as new. Yeah, I think he may lay an egg by himself, right? So I don't lay eggs, I think. I've tried, but it, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I'm like a giraffe. Giraffes obviously do lay eggs. Everybody knows that. Is it a religious thing that I don't lay eggs? No. No. It's just a personal preference. Hey! Oh, the batteries break as well? Dude, what a garbage room. This entire room is garbage. Really bad, actually. We need to change a bunch of things up. And then I need to open this up over here. Now, of course, this is priority 9. I think we will figure that out pretty early. It's a bad place to be pissing, man. It's not ideal. Yeah, it goes without saying that every new project is Project 9. Why are you guys always pissing? Why are you guys not just going to the bathroom, man? Okay, once I get the water situation going, though. Yeah, maybe I need to add on another one? I don't know. Once I get the water situation running well, I will, of course, get plumbing and all that, too. Like, we are close to being back, Degno. We're gonna have clean water. We're gonna have oxygen. We're even gonna be able to take showers and have, like, plumbing for the toilets. Well, one of my duplicants requires apparently a ceiling light to sleep properly. It messes up the laboratory though, so I guess I'll... There we go. Make that guy live in a cell. I like how you've spent 16 cycles failing to get a... It's not failing! We're nearly there, buddy! Failing, he says. Sound kind of jealous to me, dude, not gonna lie. Isn't that dupe dead? Well... I do have 2 collections of tombstones over here. Oh my god, their portraits are on it. That's crazy. Plus 10 to decor? Ah, shit, I should have put it in my base. Better than these planter boxes, that's for sure. Can I move them? I wanted to put up a wheels word over here, though. There we go. We can cool down the house a little bit. Currently, my entire base is a toasty 32 degrees. 34, 35. I like sweating a lot. I'm a big sweater. Or as they call it in the UK, jumper. Are you guys farting out gases? You're gonna die. I can't have you guys farting in my base. You've chosen death. How did you get over there? What the fuck? You can get over there? Oh shit, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Somebody is gonna get stuck here though, I can tell you that much. There's food poisoning in this little section. No! I'm trying to clean the water, man, not increase the amount. Did they just piss in my water lock? I don't like that sound effect very much. That sound effect scares me a bit. Pew! Mate, please. Why are you guys not good at peeing? Look, I know it's not easy for everybody, but like, I learned to pee at a very young age. Nah, I struggled with it too, man. I was like minus 3 months old, I'm assuming. I don't know. You peed yourself just now? Just grab a mop, dude. Yeah, apparently babies pee in the womb. Good times. Those were the times. Do you remember the times? Not you, you were a test tube baby? Oh, okay, okay. No, Broseph, what are you doing? How did you... You stood on the ladder that the guy was breaking down? Now you're sopping wet? Mate, why are you so dumb? Ah. Oh, it's like herding cats. It really is. You can build your own ladder. You can literally move yourself out. They were just trying to be good dupes. I guess that's true. I will take full responsibility for none of my actions. Are you winning, son? Absolutely. I'm always winning. It's gonna happen again, probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay, maybe everything yellow is a little aggressive, but whatever. Okay, do it by yourself. Do it. No, don't help him out, man. Okay, okay. Ooh, I thought you just stood on that freaking block. Okay. Gamers, we're gaming again. The gaming is continuing. Are we out of peat? We have no oxygen? Yeah, okay, fuck oxygen, dude. Like, breathe some carbon dioxide or something. I don't know what you need. I don't have any, I don't have any peat anymore. I'm trying to do so many projects at the same time that now I'm out of everything. So these guys can poop it. But I'm so slow with, like, the peat gathering. Look, there's some of it right over here that I am not doing a very good job. There's got to be some peat here, though. There we go. See, peat is not that rare. I think. Maybe it is. I don't know. Of course, it's only not rare when you're not trying to gather it. That's not how these things tend to go. When you're trying to gather something, suddenly it's nowhere. What's this? Oxalite. Oh, that's neat. Do you remember the peat? Yeah, I'm trying to repeat. Exactly. Can I set this up to be automatically swept? Swept? Swooped? Because there's peat on the floor right over here. Like, that's why we're getting the lump. Look, I tried to survive up to the meteor strike. I really want to see the animation. I think the goal of the game is not to survive for the meteor strike, or until, but to, like, actually stop the meteor strike. Pete is just a guy who really likes to burn, sis. I hope that explains your question. Yeah, you're supposed to build a shield against it. That's the whole premise of the DLC. This giant asteroid is coming. And you're supposed to survive. Now, I can see the radius of how far it will impact, and it's gonna be until there. So we're not really in, like, you know, absolute trouble. It's just a lot of resources, I guess, that will be destroyed. Yeah, I could just dodge. Exactly. Just dodge. Oh no. We don't have to build everything at, like, priority 19, dude. Okay, I will need a volunteer here in a moment to go dive into piss water. Not everybody at once, but who wants to do it? Only one person can go and dive into piss. All right, Degno, you're up. Degno. Sais-tu? Ooh la la. You didn't know what you were volunteering for? Buddy, come on. The salt water could disrupt the water treatment system? Yup. Wait, salt water does not go through a sieve? Does the salt water not go through a sieve?
This time of the month again, where I am pressured to write something mildly interesting.
Oh, I thought it was your period. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Hey, thank you very much for the 41 months. Did Salinator and then Civ? Sure, let me add more things to my little project. It will damage because wrong material. Thank you very much, MechWhip. Okay, all right, I'll try and do this well. Desalinator. It requires a ton of power. I don't have a lot of power, chat. Remove salt from brine water, producing water. Why is there salt water in here, chat? Who put the salt water in there? You think I can just mop it? How do I mop a little bit of water? I don't think you can. It's way too much. Too much liquid. Maybe I could pump it away the other direction? Yeah, I gotta filter it out first, I guess. Maybe I've done this myself. I set it up like that. God, Loco from the past. Get a grip, bro. Seriously, man. Who invited this Loco from the past guy to the stream? What an idiot. Okay. We are very nearly there, though. He does kind of mess everything up. Absolutely. Okay. The pit has been made larger, though. All we need to do now is pump out the water right over here. Do I have a water filter? I do. A liquid filter. Now, it's going to be a little bit messy, but we can do this. Liquid pump. Liquid pipe. I want this stuff over here pumped out. And then the other stuff goes in the other direction. And we want this to be pumped out, I don't know, over here, I guess. Yeah, you guys definitely won't be able to reach this. Pretty sure they can't. So I will have to set up another way for you guys to get over there. But one day at a time. One day more. Another jupe, another destiny. One more day before the memes. How do I set up a filter? I want you to filter out a liquid. I could put magma in a pipe? Salt water. One more day before the memes. Okay. I will finish this freaking project. It's been hours of work. And I believe it to be mostly irrelevant. Besides the point, however. Is my Pete running again? Can I get some Pete? I have sacrificed multiple dupes. Look, this is just like many other great human accomplishments. Alright? Sacrifices had to be made. You guys think science progresses for free? You guys think the invention of the shower didn't come with a few, you know, bodies? I don't know. Yeah, you guys are all sitting in your ivory towers pretending you would do this game better than me. And that might be true. But also, I'm going to take this very personal. Can you guys maybe do this first, though, right over here? And then do this one, like, yeah, a little bit later. I think I do better in this game than a chimpanzee would. Yeah, I think I'm better at this game than most other primate species out there. I think. You're not sure? Okay, that's a little mean of you. Fair. But also a little toxic, I'm not gonna lie. I am the alpha? Oh, absolutely. 100%. I'm the most alpha streamer you guys have ever seen. Don't, no, careful, 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 careful. You guys are doing great, but also careful, please. Mop it. Mop it like it's hot. Mop it like it's... Why is there now dirty freaking water here again? Ugh. Sometimes I think these duplicants, right? They're just doing it on purpose, just to like spite me. How did that happen? There was a little pocket over here. Just a little tiny pocket. Also, all my dirty air is now currently being transported into the rest of the base, which I've been trying to make sure doesn't happen. I don't think we even need to be planting this. My bros even they don't even really seem to be eating it. Plants have died? 13 plants died? Why? Oh, it's just these. Okay, it was the little vines. Game's being overly dramatic. If I had one shot or one smart battery to seize everything I ever wanted, no, it wasn't the best way for them to die. How do you set up a smart battery again? I think you just have like a minimum and a maximum or something, right? That's pretty easy. Oh, no, it won't, Gideon. No, this is progressing me to showers. Which is not important at all. I didn't expect, though, that my clean water project was gonna take forever. Automation wire required. What do I automation wire? You don't have to automation wire this, do I? Or do I automation wire it to the electricity thingamajig? Oh, okay. I automation wired it to itself. Maybe I need to run it, though, through these two peat machines. So the peat machines are only going to be tuned on, or turned on. I need refined metal for automation wire. Sick, love that. Showers are dope. I agree. I'm not growing enough peat, though. There's still some peat over here. Yo! Can you guys go grab the peat? There's peat everywhere. Yeah, there's 2 more lumps over here. So we can do more of this. And then put it over here instead. And then everybody's gonna clap. I can make a few more of these things. That allow me additional lump production, right? I don't know why they're called dupes. I guess they're duplicants, and we're just duplicating them from somebody. Okay, we have a couple different projects happening at the same time. Things are slowly moving forward. Extremely slowly. Agonizingly slowly. So you guys should move the food around. Oh god. Oxygen is running out. I have no freaking power, man. Fuck. I have no power over here either. I need some easier power generation again. I was trying to do this cool stuff. Burns wood? Do I have wood? I don't know if I have wood. Wood. Well, nothing shows up. Probably not. I may have to resort back to the ultimate challenge. Hamster wheels. No, not burn duplicants? No, buddy. No. We're not burning anybody. But, good suggestion, Yugian. That'll be my final option. We have a little bit of chlorine around our base. I don't know how much chlorine you can breathe and not get in trouble with, but I'm assuming it's more than what I currently have. It would be a shame to waste all that beautiful, clean chlorine. I use chlorine for cleaning a lot of my stuff, so I'm assuming, therefore, it's fine. Well, I'm trying to use Pete. That's what I'm trying to do. These guys need to poop more. Why are you moody? No. Critter is feeling down because its needs aren't being met? Everything's falling apart. Okay, its needs are being met. Do you also get moody when your needs are not being met, Chet? Actually, I don't want to know that. Never mind. Yeah, I'm trying to get 2 more. I'm trying to get 2 more of these lads. Okay. Okay. You get hangry? This freaking salt water is very annoying. Pipe blocked? What do you mean pipe blocked? No, buddy. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, no, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're honestly very close. Everybody says it. No, I'm playing this, Mr. Shine. What do you mean? I'm playing this. I'm not gonna restart now. We're doing okay. I think, ish. Am I doing perfect? By no means, no. You guys didn't have to destroy that block. What the heck? Why did you... Oh, I guess that also worked. It's fine. Actually, I think I did set that up. Okay. So, we can almost pump out the liquid. The salty liquid, that is. We'll have to pump through this a little bit to make sure that there's no more salt in this section, because I had accidentally set up salt water to be pumped into my pit. But then, once this is pumped out, everything should be good to go. I think we should be able to then clean all of the water and then have a perfect pit of clean water right over here. The only problem is that we're running out of other resources and it's becoming all a little bit too slow. It's all going a bit too badly. Everything priority 9. No, it's not just to get the shower going, it's to get oxygen going. The shower is nice. I could have done the shower though with like dirty water. Personally, I love showering in dirty water. I usually only get to do it on the weekends, but it's like a little luxury, you know? Unreachable build? Yeah, now it is. You guys could have reached it. I'm so relatable. I'm glad. Okay. Why is the poop water on the left and the clean water on the right? I don't know. Well, this is not clean. It's not, none of this is clean. Clean enough to shower in if you're a duplicant, maybe, but, you know, clean goes a bit far. Okay, this is definitely not priority 9. Yes. Just need the vent. Come on, build the freaking vent. I'm done with this. No, T-Rex. You guys are complaining it's too cold? First it's too cold, then it's too hot, or maybe it's the water, or I don't know what the problem is. Please build this freaking vent. Come on, build that thing. There we go, there we go, there we go. Get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. So the pump can start working. I think, maybe. No! Eye irritation! We have no time for eye irritation! Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We're cycling the water. We're cycling the water. All I want is get rid of some of the salty water, man. That's all we're trying to do right now. I'm assuming it'll work like this, but I don't know. Maybe it won't even work. Just pump out the salty water. That's all we care about. Look at my plumbing overlay, dude. Mario and Luigi would be jealous. Maybe. The only thing I need to do, though, is get a little bit of clean water in this pit. Just a little bit of clean water to prime the system. So, in order to do that, I'm gonna have to put a pump over here in the corner, I guess. And pump up just a little bit of it that can go over there. I need a liquid bridge, I guess. It's a little bit messy. Well, it's stuck because there wasn't anything to pump for a little bit. Okay, just keep pumping until there's no more salty water. That's all we care about. And then I need a little drop-off location over here for just a little bit for clean water. Just so we can prime the system and have it not work like absolute garbage. Okay. I'll move it. Yeah, I'll move it. I have to move it. It takes way too long otherwise. I thought the water would kind of like churn around a little bit more, but apparently it doesn't. We have replaced priority 9, but priority exclamation mark. Priority exclamation mark is the same thing. It's just become the new priority 9. Okay. No power for you? Oh, God. Okay, bro is stomping. We can wrangle these guys and bring them into our base. Dang. This guy can clean. How many jupes do I have at the moment? 7? Let's do 8. Hey, buddy. That's okay like this. Should work. It has plus 15 strength and a little bit of decreased strength. Oh, wait, can I not rename him anymore? No, I can't rename him. I can't. Clinosaurus 2.0. Excellent. Okay. Okay, are we good? It has no power. Oh, fuck. I thought we were done, but there's no power. Can somebody go run into freaking chicken thing? Or the hamster wheel? Somebody go run in that thing, please. I don't know if there's oxygen for you to breathe, but... I mean, there's very little salty water remaining now. Just a little tiny bit. Your air looks very yellow. I know! It's not good! There's too much pressure in my face. But we're so close! I think we're very close to death. Very close to death. There's still oxygen in my base, though. A little bit. There's a little pocket of oxygen right over here. See? If you look very carefully, there are some spots where my guys can actually breathe. How long is this gonna take with the salty water? Can you just, like, dump it all, please, and get it out of here? I need just regular water over here. And I need a little bit of it thrown into the pit. I don't have a lot of algae left. Well, I've got 10 tons. It should be okay. We should be able to make it out. No geyser nearby? An algae geyser? I have no idea, dude. I also don't know how to use geysers for what it's worth, so. Okay. Man. This actually took a while, right? Like, I didn't realize that the salt water would be this annoying. But I can already actually power this thing on. I can power it on. I just need to connect these two together, and we should be okay. It's not a particularly tidy way of doing things. Liquid ports can't overlap? What? What do you mean liquid ports? Can you not chain these together? Okay, I will tidy this up later. This is just for the initial priming of the water, which is not super important anyway. Yeah, I know, Mr. Shine. I am well aware. If I had a little bit more peat, though, that would actually make things way easier. I don't think I have any of it. Generator idle because it doesn't have the resource. I would just up the priority to that to 9 as well. How about that? In that case, we don't actually have to use this thing all the freaking time anymore. Ah, a little bit of starvation. That's nice. Can we just, like, run into this? Can somebody put the peat in that thing, please? I definitely have some. It says that I have 90 or 39.1 tons. It's kind of a lot. I dug up quite a bit of it. No one's gonna put it in? What? Does anybody understand what's going on here? 39 tons of peat, but it's not being delivered into the peat burner. Generator idle, top priority, but it still doesn't do anything. Well, there have been some that I've been set up to sweep over here. So it's the furthest away it can be is over here, or over here. There's an errands tab? I have no idea where that is. When you click on the building? Oh, right over here. No pending deliveries. I don't understand. Oh, you're thinking because I set it up to be swept and it hasn't been swept yet, they can't deliver it? Oh yeah. What a strange concept. I see. So I guess that task was already reserved by somebody else for the last 20 cycles, and I just haven't done it. I love that. I mean, I still haven't delivered it though. Not allowed by schedule. Well, that's because it's nighttime now, I guess. None of my base works though if I don't have power. Don't quite understand. I have a battery set up over here, but the battery is definitely... Yeah, 20 to 80. Isn't this set up properly? Maybe I messed up with the automation wire? I did set up with the... Well, actually, it should still work. Because the other things are still connected to the other battery. Yeah. Is that the actual problem? No, because there's still a regular battery over here. Oh, okay. I don't know what just happened here, but stuff's working again. Okay. So can this thing actually function? I don't know, man. Powering it on. That's how you spell that in case you're trying to figure out how to spell powering. Water is being pumped in, yes. No liquid output. Hold up. Did I mess something up? Possibly. No, I think this is on purpose. So this thing is currently on, which should be the dirty water pumped into this machine, but I don't currently have a pump for that. Yeah, so these things don't have an input yet. Do I see any saline water still in here? Like any water with salt? Doesn't look like it, right? No, the liquid shutoffs are not connected to each other by design. That's the whole point. Unless I messed it up royally, but I don't think so. So we can deconstruct this, that, this. And then we can add... Wait, are they not connected anywhere? Hold up. This needs to be connected that way. This connects over there. That was already connected, okay. Okay, so we're pumping into water, yes. Man, working with coal in the past was way easier. I understand why some countries are really against nuclear energy or, you know, even any alternative version. Just fucking burn the coal, man. Just burn the coal. Jeez, it's so easy. Just burn the shit. You just burn it and it generates electricity? What a concept. That's good. There's no input for the first shutoff? This is the first shutoff over here. First shutoff. Should have an input. Coming in here for the lift. There we go. Then it goes into the tank, which is just to prime the whole thing. No, I think it's correct. That's not connected? I think it is. Where is the segment missing? We'll have to wait until the next cycle to see if it actually works. Pull the tube down to the shutoff. Oh, this is the final output right over here. Should be good. So this primes the system in the morning. We'll have to see. This primes the system in the morning, and then it should bring in the polluted water right over here. There we go. So this first little segment of the thing turned on. So that is just to make sure, and now the dirty water goes in. So this is the germy water. So we can see the amount of germs in the liquid reservoir, but they're dying as it's being pumped in. So it's gonna chill here in this liquid reservoir until the number hits 0, which it already has. And then I think at the end of the day, it's gonna get pumped out again, right? When we get to the next section over here. So it's just gonna idle inside of this thing for a while. And then we should be able to empty this pool over here with the dirty water. Yeah, so dirty water gets brought in over there. Clean water gets pumped out over here. This thing can now be disabled. This system over here I can also tidy up. I think it's working. Pretty sure. Loco I was right! Yo, all these hours of backseat gaming and then trash talking me every step along the way and you were wrong? I didn't know Twitch chatters could be wrong. That's crazy. That's the first time for everything. I think it's working. I don't know. You might actually be right. Okay. This has been a rather frustrating project, though. I will be honest with you. But if I have everything set up correctly here, which I believe I have, we should now have a 2 water pit system where we have 1 pit with dirty water and a 1 pit with perfectly clean water. We can now convert piss into drinkable liquid. It's like we're on the International Space Station, dude. If we one day will become a multiplanetary species, this will be our future. Yeah. We can all drink our own piss, but then safely. How nice is that? The only problem, chat, is that I have very little oxygen, very little food, and a very finite amount of resources. If my algae run out, I'm dead. If my peat run out, I'm dead as well. But I now have some lump ranching going on over here. These guys are starving and dying. Okay. There was a... okay, we'll do that next time. I have to sort out those two limitations. It turns out oxygen is not included. Who would have guessed?